Now, how's everybody? Hiya, it's Terry from Early Start here. How's it going? Now, if you'd like to hear a story tonight, you turn on your ears, and if you don't, just press the button over there. Brilliant, and turn me off. So, as I say, Friday night, weeks are flying in. Anyhow, so we've been going around different parts of Europe finding stories, and this one comes from Lithuania. And it's called The Prince and the Dragon. Now, once upon a time, there was a king and a queen, and they had a small baby who was a boy, who was the prince in the story. And that little baby grew up, and when he grew up, he was a young boy, and he was wondering, Mom, why don't I have any brothers and sisters? And any time he asked that question, they would never answer him. They would clap their hands, oh, quick, bring in the musicians. And the musicians would come in and play music to distract him. Or they would say, bring in the acrobats. And the acrobats would come in, hopping off the walls, swinging from the chandeliers, doing somersaults everywhere. Or bring in the magicians, and the magicians would come in and do all sorts of tricks. And they never told him why he never had a brother or a sister, or indeed brothers and sisters. And he often wondered. And the years went by, and he grew up to be a young man. And one of his most favourite things to do was to go hunting, for he was a great archer, which meant he was great shooting an arrow from a bow. And one day he was out in the forest hunting, and he saw a raven. He thought, ooh, I get that raven. And he put an arrow in his bow, and he aimed carefully. But with that, the raven turned and looked at him and said, please, don't fire your arrow at me, and I will give you what you want. Well, the prince was a bit shocked, so he lowered his bow and arrow and said, how can you give me what I want? And the raven looked at him and said, outside the palace, do you know of the large wall that surrounds the secret courtyard? No, said the prince. That wall is covered with the rose bushes so sharp and thick with thorns that if you climbed them, you would be cut into two. Really, said the prince. Yes. Oh. And the raven said, inside those walls is what you are looking for. And the prince was a bit shocked. He said, well, how can I get in if the walls are so high and the rose bushes with the thorns are so sharp that they will cut me to pieces? How can I get in? You must go to your mother's bedroom and look under her bed, said the raven. For under the bed there is a silver box, and in the silver box there is a golden key. Take that golden key, for it is the key to a secret door in the wall. And if you go through that door, you will find what it is you are looking for. And with that, the raven flew off. Prince was a bit shocked, and he went home. Now, not like you or me, we go, Ma, you never guess what happened to me. I was in the forest, and I met a talking raven, and the raven told me this mad story about a 20-foot wall. No, he didn't do that, no. And this is a story. Of course he didn't do that. He went upstairs to his mum's bedroom, looked under the bed. Right enough, he found the silver box. He opened the silver box, and there inside was the golden key. Mad. So he thought, now, he said, they must find the secret courtyard that is surrounded by the wall with the rose bushes and the giant thorns. And he did find it. He did. And he looked at the wall and he said, oh my God, that's extraordinary. I'd never climbed that. Thank goodness I have this key. So carefully he went along the base of the wall trying to find where the secret door was. And eventually saw a little keyhole. And carefully he inserted the key into the keyhole and turned it. And the door opened. And in he went. Now he went inside the courtyard because the walls were so tall it was very dark and dingy and he couldn't make anything out. Everything was like shadows. But there in front of him he could see it seemed to be like a house, some sort of house. And he put his hands along the walls of the house and he tried to find his way in. And then he felt he realised he had his hand on a window. And he could see shapes inside the window and he wondered who or what was inside there. So carefully he put his hand up and tried to find the latch. And he found the latch of the window, pulled it down, and opened the window. There was a whoosh of air as the air went into the house, and he could hear voices. And then a hand came out of the window. And the hand grabbed his hand and said, hello. And the prince looked in, who is it? And he realised there was 1, 2, 3 people inside this house. He said, who are you? Who are you 3 people? And one of the voices said, we are your sisters. But I don't have sisters, said the prince. You do, said the voice. The 3 of us are your sisters. We have been locked in here ever since we were babies. But why? Said the prince. But with that there was a roaring sound, and the whole courtyard seemed to be full of smoke, and he could see flames billowing up over him. He said, what's happening? What's happening? There was a terrible roaring sound, and it was so loud it made him faint. Ugh. When he woke up, the window in front of him was open. He looked in and called, but whoever was inside was gone. What's happened? So he rooted around and he found the door out of the courtyard. And when he came back outside, he could see that everybody was in panic, running and shouting. The soldiers on the walls of the castle were screaming and shouting. And he said, what's after happening? Oh my God. So he went and he found his mum and dad, the king and queen, and they said, oh, it's a terrible thing. The dragon has come. The dragon has come. The who? Said the prince. The dragon. He has come. He has come. A dragon, said the prince. And it was then that the king and queen explained to him that he did have sisters, 3 sisters, and each of the sisters had to be locked away in the special house, surrounded by this wall with the thorns and the rose bushes, because the dragon had threatened to take them away. And only one day a year were the king and queen allowed to visit, and any other day the dragon would come and take them away. It was then the prince realised what he had done, and he said, Mum and Dad, I'm sorry, it was me. I opened the gate and I opened the window. And the king said, yes, the dragon must have smelt the scent of your sisters and came, and now he has taken them away. And the prince was so sad. He said, look, I promise, I'm so sorry for what I've done. I will get my sisters back. And the king and queen shook their heads sadly, and you will never get them back. But the boy was determined. He was determined that he would rescue his sisters. So off he went on his travels. And eventually he came to this house, and he was tired and he was hungry. And inside the house was an old lady, one of those nodding ladies, like a witch. Thankfully a good witch. Now in Lithuania they're called Raginas. Anyway, this was a nice nodding witch. And he said to the old lady, he said, I wonder if you could give me some food. And the old lady said, well, she said, nodding at him, if you promise to help me for a year, I will feed you and I will mind you, and then I will help you. So he agreed. Now she had lots of sheep, and he minded the sheep for her, and she fed him, and he looked after her house and the land around her house, and he stayed for a whole year with her, yeah. When the year was up, she said, now, she said, because you have helped me, I know what it is you want, and I can help you. And the prince said, really? Can you help me find the dragon? And she said, yes. And she gave him a ball of wool, like a ball of yarn. I think we had this in another story. She said, now, hold the ball in one hand, with the piece of wool here, and drop it, and it will roll away, and it will show you where the dragon lives. Right, said the prince. That sounds good. She said, yes, but also you must wear this fleece coat when you approach the dragon. Now, a fleece coat is like the wool from the sheep, and she made it into a coat. And she said, this fleece coat will protect you from the dragon fire. Great, said the prince. Well, listen, thanks very much. So he dropped the ball of wool on the ground, holding one end, he dropped the other end, and it started rolling away. And off he went with the fleece under his arm. Now the ball rolled and rolled and rolled for days and days and weeks, and he was getting tireder and tireder and hungry. And one day he was so hungry, he was sitting on the ground, and he thought he would collapse. He thought he would die. My God, the poor fella. With that, he heard a swooping of wings, and he looked up and he saw a flock of ravens flying by. He went, oh my goodness. And with that, one of the ravens came down and landed beside him. And it was the same raven who spoke to him in the forest. And the raven said, are you hungry? And the prince said, oh yes, I am. And the raven said, well, because you helped me, I shall help you. And he flew back up to his friends, and they flew off in different directions, and they came back with berries and food for the prince. And he was delighted with himself. So he was strong enough, he got up, and he started following the wall again. And eventually now, he came to the end of the wall, and at the foot of a large mountain, and he looked up at the large mountain. He thought, oh God, it's going to be hard to climb that, right? And he put his hand in his pocket to take a bit of food, and he realised, oh, this is my last bit of food. Well, I better eat this because I'm going to need lots of energy to climb that mountain. And just as he was about to take a bite, he heard some crying. He looked around, and there was another different old nodding lady, another Ragana nodding away at him. And he went, oh, what's wrong with you, old lady? And she said, I'm so hungry, I could die. Oh, said the prince, well look, you take this piece of bread. And he handed it to her, And they said, no, that is your last piece of food. I couldn't take that. He said, no, please, you need it more than me, said the prince. And she took the bread and she ate it. And she said, now, she said, because you helped me, I will help you get what you want. I know you want to find the dragon. I do, said the prince, I do. He said, you must be careful with the prince. My prince, she said, you must be careful. The dragon is a shapeshifter. What? Said the prince. Yes, it's a creature that can change his appearance. Wow, said the prince. Yes, now, she said, you must get the dragon to change its shape into a creature small enough so that you can capture it. Really? Yes. And she put her hand inside her cloak and took out a small jar. You must make sure that this creature can fit into this jar, and you must close the lid on top, and with that you will have captured the dragon. Really? Well, thanks very much. So he took the jar and he put it on in his coat pocket, because he had the fleece, put the fleece on, and he put the jar into his pocket. Right. And he started to climb the mountain. Now it took him days and days and days and days, and eventually he got to the top of the mountain, and he could see a tower, a giant tower, and at the window he could see his sisters, the shape, and he called, my sisters, I am here to get you. And they looked. They said, no, you must go, the dragon is coming, you will be killed. He said, no, I've travelled so far to come and save you. And with that, it was like the sun was turned off. There was smoke everywhere, and he heard a roaring and screaming, and he looked up and he saw the dragon growling down at him, staring at him. Yeah, scary stuff. And with that, the dragon opened his mouth and breathed a huge ball of fire at the prince. But luckily, he had his fleece coat on, and he put the hood up. And when the fire died away, the dragon could see that he was not burned. The dragon thought, why are you here? Said the dragon. Are you here to rescue the 3 ladies in the tower? And the prince said, no, I never knew, I never heard about those. No, I came to see you. I heard you were a magnificent dragon. And the dragon said, yes, I am a magnificent dragon. I am pretty incredible. Yeah, but somebody told me that not only are you a dragon, but you are a shapeshifter, that you can change your shape. And the dragon said, I can, yes, I can change my shape into anything that I want. Watch this. And the dragon clapped his claws together, and with a whoosh, he was turned into a giant roaring lion. A big lion with a moo. Wow, said the prince, that's amazing. Can you change into something else? And the lion roared, yes, and he clapped his 2 paws together, and with that he was turned into a ginormous grizzly bear with huge claws, roaring down at the prince. And the prince was like, that's amazing, well done. But you keep turning into huge creatures, said the prince. I wonder, would you be able to turn into something that's like small? And that would be really incredible. Like a big dragon bear like you turning into something small. That would be pretty amazing. And the bear, dragon, what would you like me to turn into? And the little prince thought, well, maybe you could turn into a mouse. Mouse, said the dragon. Not very scary, but yes, I could turn into a mouse. And with that, the big bear dragon clapped his hands together, and whoosh, he turned into a mouse. No sooner had he turned into a mouse than the prince quickly put his hand into his pocket, whipped out the jar, scooped up the mouse inside the jar, and put the lid on nice and tight. I've captured you. The dragon mouse was furious, but there was nothing he could do. He was trapped inside the jar, the magic jar. And with that, the prince put the magic jar down carefully on the ground, went to the tower, found the door, smashed in the door, and rescued his 3 sisters. Yeah. And they were so happy to see him, they couldn't believe it. My brother, you've come for us. And the brother said, I'm so sorry the dragon took you away. It's taken me all this time to find you, but I'm glad I came. Now you must come home to Mum and Dad. And they were so happy. And they searched around and they found 4 horses that they could use. And they got on the horses, and the prince took the jar, the magic jar with the lid, with the little mouse growling inside. Oh, let me out, let me out. No. And they galloped home to their palace. And when they got home, the mother and father were so happy to see them. It was unbelievable. They were delighted. And you might wonder, what happened to the mouse in the jar? Well, they took him carefully and they put him inside the house. and they closed the window, and they inside the courtyard, and they closed the gate. And to this day, the mouse is in the jar, in the house, in the courtyard, surrounded by the 20-foot wall, with rose bushes with thorns so sharp they could cut you in two. And the prince and his sisters and his mum and dad, well, hopefully, they lived happily ever after. Okay? Grand. So there you are, story from Lithuania. I hope you enjoyed that. And I might come back next week and do another one. Yeah, anyhow, so look after yourselves, and we'll all see each other soon, hopefully. So remember, keep your hands clean and look after yourselves. Alright, cheers, bye.